Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about the rise of feudalism in Europe during the Middle Ages. Make sure you look at your table of content for medieval Europe to see what page in your history notebook you should be writing these Cornell notes in. Make sure your topic for your notes is the rise of feudalism in Europe during the Middle Ages. So as you can see, this is a timeline from 500 CE to 1500 CE, and it shows 4 events. The first event you'll see here is the barbarian invasion, which causes the fall of the Western Roman Empire, leaving Rome in chaos. This led to no central leadership. It led to a rise of new kingdoms. There were states that were not unified. Because of that, new kingdoms are unable to protect themselves from barbarians, causing a need for localized protection. And because of that protection that they needed, that developed the rise of feudalism in Europe. So as you can see, the 3 reasons or 3 causes that led up to the rise of feudalism in Europe. Okay, there's some key words essential to feudalism. First one is feudalism, and it's a system of protection in the Middle Ages. And vassal. The vassal is an oath of loyalty between knights and lords that stated they would protect the land. And here's an illustration of the feudal Europe power pyramid. I am not sure why my words are upside down, but let's start with the Pope on the top. We have the kings, the lords and the nobles, the knights, and the peasant serfs. The popes. So the popes, leader of the Roman Empire, leader of the Roman Catholic Church, and popes were seen as God's representatives on earth. Kings. Kings were leaders of kingdoms. Kings gave land to the lords. All lords, nobles, and knights swore an oath of loyalty to protect the king's land. Nobles and lords. Now, nobles, also known as lords, they swore to loyalty to the king. In exchange, nobles were given land called fiefs to protect. So the lords and the lords or nobles, these are the same people. They just use both names interchangeably. They're very loyal to the king, and they're given this land. It's called a fief. In exchange for protection. Knights. These are armed armored warriors that protected their lord's land. And they often received fiefs, which is land, for their service. Instead of money, they were getting land, called fiefs. Peasants and serfs. The peasants and serfs, they worked on the Lord's land, which is known as a manor. And they would grow and harvest food for the feudal system. And they received protection for their service. And in this illustration here, you see serfs or peasants, and they're on the manor. And the manor is what? If you said the king's land, you are correct. And here's a rare day of rest. So as you can tell, the serfs are enjoying themselves. They're dancing. They're having conversation. And they're enjoying a nice day, which didn't come often. They were usually working on the fields. Okay, and as you can see, take a look at this picture here. In your notes, describe what you see. Make sure you get the details. This gentleman here, look at all the detail up above. Okay, so as you can tell, the Vikings, they invaded from Scandinavia. They were expert sailors. They were quick and savage. They attacked Ireland, England, and France, and they looted and captured people to sell into slavery. Most Europeans lived in terror of them. The Vikings were not liked and they were feared. The Magyars, they attacked from Asia, and the Muslims attacked from the south. And here's an invasion map. As you can see, the Vikings come in, and you can just see the different locations, the Magyars and the Muslims, and how they all attacked from different locations. Charlemagne. We'll have a little review on Charlemagne. Charlemagne was the first crowned king of the Franks. Later in 800 CE, he was crowned by the Pope Leo III as the Holy Roman Emperor. This enraged the people of the Eastern Byzantine Empire because their ruler was not selected. Be aware that the church and Charlemagne, they depended on each other. The Pope needed the support of his army to protect the church. And Charlemagne gained support from his people because he was viewed as having God on his side. As you can see, right in this area, these were all the Frankish kingdoms, all in green. Through wars of conquest, he united differing European tribes Charlemagne also showed the tribes of Europe that they have similar values under Christianity. And here's a painting of the coronation of Charlemagne, which is the crowning. The coronation is also known as a crowning. William the Conqueror. He was a French duke who defeated the English king at the Battle of Hastings. After winning the battle, he declared himself King of England. William rewarded the knights that helped him win the battle by giving them land. And this event marked the beginning of the feudal system in England. And this is the first castle design. And you can see the moat and bailey. Early castles, the moat was a defensive mound of earth. The keep was the safest place in the castle. The moat, this made it harder to reach the walls. It was a waterway around the whole castle. The palisade, these were made of wood and formed a fence. The bailey, these were large walled areas where the soldiers and animals lived. And we have the drawbridge, and this was the entrance to the bailey. The bridge, and that bridge connected the moat and the bailey. And here are some advanced castle designs. You can always go back and watch these videos. You have YouTube, the castle, and the history of the Middle Ages. And this shows the Middle Ages up through the Black Death. But you do not have to take Cornell notes on either of those videos. Okay, you'll need to add this information here to your notes. And it's important facts that you would need to know. Number one, the feature of European geography that helped with the development of feudalism was the rivers. Okay, the rivers made it accessible for the Vikings to come in. Number two, Charlemagne was crowned emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in 800 and built a great European empire. Charlemagne, his accomplishments included building Christian churches, uniting some of the former Roman Empire, and building schools and hiring scholars. In addition, number four, feudalism was mainly developed to help the noble defend their lands from invaders and spread to Britain after the Vikings began raiding northern Europe. Make sure you have these 4 facts included in these set of Cornell notes, and these will be important for upcoming quizzes.